All right, so our jumper ship is now undocking from bad. And it comes with it, or it carries with it, the remaining requirements for the Stargate project. Yes, we have all of the energy cells here. And so as soon as it gets into a system where it can deliver them, we can hit this button right here and start that process in delivering the Xelion energy cells, which is what the trade ship right here is going to go ahead and pick up for us. Procyon Cruiser and the Monaro and our Hammerhead here, they're all just sitting in this gas cloud. You're filling up on their fuel, and it's getting up there. I think Monaro has a little bit more to go here. Yeah, it's got a lot of tanks here, so we could sit there a little bit longer for these guys. But the other thing we have on this ship is the one remaining neobidium capacitor. And I actually don't want to sell all 71 of them, because I might want to use them. So we're just going to sell the one. We're going to go to the trade screen, going to go to sell, and we're going to find, yeah, the one. And I'm just going to sell one. And that should deliver the remaining requirements right here. And we'll call it good for there. So there we go. And that opens up the ability for us now, I think, to go after phase 8, which it says it's an unknown component. Oh, good. There's probably a research that I got to do now. I'm going to assume there's a research now. No? Drone intelligence, waste processing. No, I don't think so. I'm just going to... So I have something to research, right? Let's just go into, I think... I don't know, maybe recycling efficiency? Just so they're working on something, you know? These things matter a lot more in survival mode than it does here, I'll admit. Ah, well. I bet there's a research now. Hello again, Captain. Congratulations on completing the latest phase of the Stargate project. We are all very impressed by your commitment and dedication. The project has a new task for you. One of our scientists is investigating a new life form called Tiddlets. Oh, are they now? Upon death, a crystal is formed at the core of the Tiddlet. The crystal has extraordinary energy density, which is exactly what we need to increase the hyperspace range of the Stargate. Oh, no. No. No! I know where you're going with this. The Andromeda Project would love to relentlessly farm these Tiddlets. You would? But due to recent accidents, they have become a strictly protected species. The scientist you're going to visit is researching how to ethically produce their crystals. He believes the new sector's resources will be a breakthrough in his research. Visit him and provide him a sample of the Xelion. Okay, cool. We can do this. I was going to do Tiddlets number 3 as well. So now we have a Brave New Sector Part 3 that involves Tiddlets, and then we have the Institute's Tiddlets mission. So... since we are here anyway, right now, I think maybe we will begin the Tiddlets quest while we're here. I think I can do that, sure. Magnus Swanson says, the work continues, Captain. There's so much more of these Tiddlets than we realized. Regrettably, Professor Toppingberry has been forced to take a leave of absence from the stress of his work, you understand. I'm sure. We know how they reproduce now, and we know their limits. During hyperspace travel, 3 of them will telepathically reproduce. We're not quite sure yet how long it takes for their children to grow up. However, we've noticed they hop at exactly the same time their parents do. This isn't important, but I thought you might find it amusing. Okay, get to the point then. As you've already seen, they experience hyperspace shock if they've been in hyperspace travel for too long. But the key is, in the final stage of their life cycle, we know if we expose them to hyperspace shock, their telepathic energies are so strong that a small crystal is formed in their final moments. We've been studying the crystals we've received so far. They resonate in space, in subspace, in a way we've never seen before. Some of the crystals are entangled at the quantum level and resonate together. Apply a signal to one and another responds instantly across any distance. They're quantum bunnies. That's what they are. There are so many potential applications. So, on to business. There is a scientist by the name of Dr. Julian Martinez in a nearby system. He had a moment of fame recently after a daring rescue of his brother. Did he now? He has a ship for sale that we believe will be of some use. Travel to the noble doctor and buy his ship. He wants 1 million credits, which is ridiculous. He thinks his invention is worth that much. Negotiate with him. Knock that price down and I'll wire the funds directly to him. If you can improve his offer, then I'll pay you 20% of the savings as a bonus. Well, I don't really care about the money too much. You know, I just don't, but that's cool. We'll go here. And this is over where that black hole is. We're just going to take the Procyon cruiser. We don't really need to take anything else with us. Not a big deal. The other two ships could just hang out here where there's nice and a lot of fuel. And we get unlimited supply of fuel for them. Yeah, pretty much. Everything is just unlimited here. Although this fuel tank here is... okay. I'm still doing the unload thing here. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's okay. Because we have a fuel storage there. And then, yeah, all this stuff is happening. So I think we're good. But, like, once this fills up and stops being unloaded, then we will have this starting to fill up too. I'm not sure I need this storage area, this general storage area. It's going to get filled up with this fuel tank anyway, but I'll just go like that for now. Okay, then. Shall we go to the Tiddlets mission, yeah? Yeah, I think so. Let's go. Over to the black hole, where Dr. Martinez awaits us once more. Contact the doctor. Oh? Oh. Well, there it is. The shuttle's going to the doctor's ship, I guess. We can probably work our way down there, I suppose, yeah? It's a long distance to go. Honestly, he'll probably come to me. Dr. Julian Martinez. Hello, Captain. How have you been? Things have been tough here. Marcus has been in and out of the hospital since the rescue. He has burns all over his body and took a quite serious dose of radiation. Of course, you already know that because it happened while he was uploading your data. I think he's mad at me. I hope it was worth it for you, Captain. The ship is up for sale. I can't bear to be on board any longer. The price is 1 million, but I suppose you did help to build the hop drive, so I'll let you have it for 800K. That's it? I thought I had to negotiate. What happened in the negotiations? You know, a negotiation usually has a back and forth. It's fine, I'll pay him 800. Good work, Captain. That's a good price. I'll send the funds to Dr. Martinez. You've earned a sales bonus of 40K. Bring the ship back to the Institute and let's put it to use. All right, so I have this ship now, this little Star Hopper. It's nothing much, but it's what we got. And it, I don't know. I probably should just tear this down and make it into something else. But, I mean, maybe I don't need to keep it. Maybe just bringing it back to the Institute is enough. So I guess that's what we're going to do. The cruiser will come with us, of course. We don't have any reason to stay here in this black hole. Or at least near the black hole. More some hyperspace sensors, eh? Okay. Then the battery shortage because of the sensors. This ship's not even built to stay powered during a jump. Silly. Our plan is simple, Captain. We found during your excellent field work that the Tiddlets will still reproduce, even with an incredibly short FTL jump. The plan you just purchased, the ship you just purchased has a specially modified FTL hop drive. We can use it to make very short jumps and trigger the hyperspace reproductive process among the Tiddlets. That's true. We want you to pair the hop drive ship with our Tiddlet farm vessel and activate the short hop drive. You won't even need to leave the system. If our calculations are correct, we should see an instant result. So you want me to, dock to it? Right, dock to the ship is what you're saying? Activate the hop drive. Cool. So we need to, we're pairing it, I guess is what they said. So I'm going to assume that short hopper, here it is. So do I need to dock to this? I don't think this has a docking. Yeah, it does right here. Right over here, I guess. Is that required? I don't know. I guess we're going to take a look at it. Maybe it'll jump with me no matter what. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, there's actually a lot of docking ports on this ship, but only one on the little hopper. Okay, I'm going a little bit too far. Back up. Yep, this. I don't need all the ships to move. Okay, so it looks like I don't need to dock, but I'm going to do it anyway because I think that makes more sense, all right? Plus, I just want to dock to a ship that isn't mine. So we can activate the hop drive. Yeah, just a little tiny jump like this. Cool. Excellent. It's working, as I knew it would. Give us 3 more hops, Captain. Okay. New objective, perform a hyperspace hop. So I need 3 more. So it says no charge loaded. Right. And, I mean, surely I just have to wait for that to happen. Yep, indeed. So we'll do it again. Wait for the charge to load. And do it again. There we go. And wait for the charge to load. And do it again. That's it, right? I think. All the research is done too. We can probably go in and get waste processing now just because. Okay, one more time, I guess. I thought that was, yeah. Yes, I knew this would work. We can battery farm the tiddlets in huge quantities right here in the system. Keep going, we need more. Make 500 tiddlets. Oh god, okay. Can I see? I want to see inside the tiddlet farm. Oh, yes. Yes, we can. Indeed. Wow, what is all this? Telepathic sensor stations everywhere. I feel like you don't have enough power. Well, okay, never mind. You do have enough power generation. Yeah, you got plenty of power generation on this ship. This is a nice little science vessel you got here. Lots of scientists, supercomputers. I like it. He's like, yes. Okay, fine. One more time. Again. I have enough. I have the required amount. And it just took it away from me, didn't it? No. Yeah, 662. It just forced me to switch ships. It looks like that last jump fried the hop drive. Not great, given what we paid for it. No matter, I'm certain my engineers can repair it. In any case, I want the hop drive to be installed on the farm directly. Dismantle the hop drive, Captain, and I'll send a shuttle to collect it. I want you to replace the hop drive with a conventional FTL drive for the final part of the experiment. I'll send a replacement drive in the shuttle. Okay, so I have to undock from this. I guess I'm not going to be docking anymore. Fine. Let's do everything that you want to do. Okay, so we just need to dismantle the broken hop drive. There it is. And he'll send me a replacement FTL drive in the shuttle. There we go. And so now I can install the FTL drive, put it back. It's not quite where it was, but it's okay. Okay, I did all the things you wanted. This is it, Captain. We stand on the verge of a massive achievement. Can you imagine how many crystals we can produce in just one jump? There could be hundreds. The research potentials are staggering. You know what to do, Captain. A couple of very long jumps ought to be enough. Bring them all back to me when it's done. What? Are you asking me? The Tiddlet bodies. This is not an ethical way to do it. This is not ethical. Yes, Toppingberry, talk some sense into us. Captain, this is wrong. You know it is. Please don't do this. These creatures deserve more than to be battery farmed and slaughtered. My clearances have all been revoked. They shut me out completely. It's up to you, but please make the right choice. I'm hiding out in system X35904. It's where you found the first Tiddlets, near that unusual asteroid. Bring them here and be careful not to risk hyperspace shock. We're going to set them all free. Yes, Toppingberry. Yes, set them all free, Toppingberry. We will do this now. Yes, we will. All right. So, I don't think I need to use this. I can use the regular ship, right? Didn't they install it? I thought they were installing it. Nope. He took it. Well, they haven't repaired it yet. That's why. Okay. So, Short Hopper is going to Tiddlet safe distance right here. Yep. And we need to go here. No, that's the different resources. So, I have to accept his mission, right? Right here, show on the map. Yeah, it is this. Brave New Sector, deliver the resources. Deliver the resources is a little weird, but yeah. All right. Tiddlet Farm, you're coming with me. However, we must be careful about this, right? So instead, we're going to go here. Okay. It's a safe jump with the Tiddlet Farm included. Here we go. It's a relatively safe jump. Car power just shuts down. And there's a meteor shower here. Oh, good. Oh, good. Well, let's go ahead and leave. Right, this is within safe distance. Line up the Tiddlet Farm. We must go. wonder what the range is. Like, imagine an FTL drive, right? A drive that is so good at jumping in FTL or whatever, right? That it's able to work on a ship that's that far away. That's kind of wild, right? That distance, but it's still able to come with me. I just think that's weird. All right, I'm gonna deliver them to the doctor. I'm not doing this whole mass slaughter thing, you crazy bastards. We're not doing this. Greetings, Captain, and the Andromeda Project have hired me. Sorry, the Andromeda Project have hired me to work on synthesizing crystals produced by a creature I discovered. I've named them Tiddlets. Wait a minute. But this is Toppingberry. The mission is right here. Why are you showing red? Hold on. Did I mess this up? I don't understand. But I even clicked the dot here to get the location. So are you making me fail this right now? Because optional, take the Tiddlets to Professor Toppingberry. I mean, I guess the mission succeeds if I do it, but there's an optional one that I check off, and I don't know. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, you named Tiddlets. Upon death, the crystal is formed at the core of the Tiddlet. My job is to find a way to produce these crystals without having to farm any Tiddlets in the process. The neobidium and xelion you discovered could be key to my research. Unfortunately, it looks like you don't have the resources I need for my experiment. When you have required, get back to me and retrieve them from you. So this is weird. I didn't... Okay, wait a minute. Now, I brought him to Toppingberry. Is this one of those things where these two missions kind of... like, they collide? I think these two missions collide. Interesting. All right, let me go back. I'm gonna reload this. I just want to see both missions, right? So it looks like Toppingberry is in the same location, and both objectives want me to come here. And so by coming here, it just automatically went with the main quest mission objective instead of the side quest mission objective. And the reason why I think this is important is because the Tiddlet farm is no longer under my control. It's not my ship anymore. So I didn't do the objective for the people who want me to kill them all. But I also didn't do the objective to free them, right? And I didn't do either one of them. It's like just canceled the mission. So let me go back and see if there's a way I can make that happen. All right, so here's what I think I need to do. We're back at the start of the episode, sorry. But what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna go to the trade screen here. Nope, I'm gonna do this. Let's go just here. So I'm gonna deliver the xelion energy cells, but I have one neobidium capacitor left to deliver. I did this on purpose so that I could have this happen on my own terms. And that's why in the beginning of the episode, I went to the Procyon Cruiser and I said, okay, let's sell it here. If I don't sell that, then the project doesn't proceed to phase 8. And phase 8 is what is spawning that event happening. So what I think I want to do here is instead, I'm going to start the Tiddlet Part 3 and do this before I submit the final resource. And then at that point, I think that will allow me to do the Tiddlet Rescue and then also Phase 8 at the same time is what I'm hoping for. So let me go back, and I need to bring, now I know I need to bring those other resources too. So having some of the xelion and stuff with me would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Okay, so we're back at the part where Magnus is about to ask me to do monstrosities, and we're gonna go ahead and yeah, do the whole swapping of the drive thing again. There we go. And so we just really quick go ahead and dismantle this, and they're gonna give me a new drive. Please don't do this. These creatures deserve more than to be battery farmed and slaughtered. My clearances have all been revoked. They've shut me out completely. It's up to you. But please, make the right choice. I'm hiding out in this system. Yeah, I forgot his accent before. I actually don't even know what his accent is. I think it's changed like 8 times. Anyway, so we're going to go and get the jumper ship this time. It's been sitting over here in the gas cloud with these guys. And I'm going to go ahead and bring that over here because I'm going to need it to deliver, I assume anyway, deliver stable xelion is the task here. So we'll go ahead and get that just over here near them. They're all going to jump together anyway. But now that I don't have the main quest also asking me to go to Toppingberry, the same location, oddly enough, then we should be able to take this. So we're going to say we're going to take it here instead, but we're not going to go there. We're going to go here instead. So we're going to prepare the jump. And in this case, the short hopper can come with us as well as the Tiddlet farm. So everybody is going to come with us that is necessary for this mission, except I'm also bringing Jumper just so that we have the stable Zelion on board. I could just transfer it here, but whatever. Yeah, this is it. Go. All right. Toppingberry should say something different this time, I hope. Captain, thank goodness. Are they all safe? Quickly, before they figure out what's happening, I'll override the remote transceiver on the farm ship. For a few minutes, we'll be able to control it ourselves. Long enough to put an end to this horror show. Take the ship over to the asteroid. Open the docking bay doors. Ah, right. The Tiddlet farm. Over to the asteroid. This asteroid. We're going over here. Pilot the farm to the asteroid. Yes, indeed. And we'll open the doors, which I don't know how to do in this game. It's a thing we can do in FTL. I'm not sure there's a way to do that here, but we're going to give it a shot. Maybe the game will just allow us to do it. Wow, that's a lot of them. Look at that. There's 1,500 on board now. That's a lot. All right, open the doors, it says. Open the docking bay doors. How do I do this? Do I just click the docking port? It doesn't say I've piloted it to the asteroid yet, so I have to wait. I think it's going to do it for me. Oh, there's a button here. Yeah. So we'll go right here and free the Tiddlets. There we go. And they all go free out into space. Look at them go. And everybody on the ship is somehow still breathing. There's no rapid depressurization of the cabin. Isn't that wonderful? Science. It's great. I think Magnus is a bit mad at me. Captain, we lost contact with our ship for a second. Where are you? You seem to have gone completely off course. My God, what have you done? Where are they? Where are my Tiddlets? Mark my words, Captain. You will bitterly regret crossing me. Wait, is he gonna, come after me with military grade weaponry now? Grand larceny, property damage, fraud, sabotage. I'll see to it you spend the next decade in space prison. It's always cooler if you put space in front of it, isn't it? You and that professor. Toppingberry. You did the right thing, Captain. That matters to me, at least. I wouldn't worry too much about that threat. He knows he's operating completely illegally. There's no way the Charter of Deep Space Life permits this kind of action. There's a Charter of Deep Space Life, and it's not capitalized. How dare you? As for the Tiddlets, Doctor is sure to return and try to capture more. I'll do my best to keep them safe from him as long as I can. You may as well keep the rescue ship. You could sell it if you need to raise some funds. Hey, I could also use it for military purposes, right? We're gonna, the rescue ship and this and all this. Yeah, we're gonna tear all this stuff down and put a bunch of guns on it is what I'm gonna do. I'll be in touch if you need help, Captain. Yes, indeed. Okay, so yeah, definitely going to take this ship, the Tiddlet farm, although it is being labeled now as, oh, no, they've regained control of it. It's gone. So you're telling me I can keep the hopper because the Tiddlet farm's no longer mine. Yeah, it's, I mean, if they've gained control of it again, then couldn't their staff go out and capture them? Look at them. What is this? What is this? This is going to be a thumbnail, and you're going to say, what is going on here? You're going to say, why is this massive amount of brown? It'll certainly be a question mark on the thumbnail, won't it? You'll be like, why is this like this? Yeah, there you go. Now you know. Tiddlets everywhere. 1,500 of them wandering in space. That's crazy. Yep, and there goes the ship. Now I kind of want to see. Is it just going to... It just disappears. Okay. Oh, they took it back. And then there's Toppingberry. All right, well, I've got this little hopper ship, such as it is, which is kind of not all that useful to me, but we're going to go ahead and go back. Actually, you know what, Jumper? You can just continue on your merry way, can't you? No. Here's what we want to do instead. We want to do this. I'm just going to go quickly to this colony instead. Right, we're going to jump here. So we're in this colony really quick. Then Procyon Cruiser. Now we're going to take and trade that one neobidium capacitor that's going to tip us over the mark, right? Oh, there's a part 4. Oh goodness, there's a part 4, guys. This is Dr. Swanson at the Institute for Interstellar Life Forms. I'm declaring an emergency. We need urgent assistance. Our ship is compromised. Please, to any vessel nearby, we need emergency rescue. Many lives are at stake. Respond to Swanson's distress signal. Yeah, right. Because you got a bunch of warships ready to ambush me, don't you? I bet you do. Where is this? Way over there? I'm sure. There's a Swanson distress signal. Yeah, I'm going to buy that for at least 5-6 seconds, and then I'm going to be very skeptical and come with a warship, is what I'm going to do. All right. Andromeda Project Representative. Hello again, Captain. Congratulations on completing the latest phase of the Stargate project. So we have that same thing, talking about the crystals and all those things that it needs to do. And then now we need to go and provide him with Xelion. Deliver a sample of shielded Xelion. Ah, okay. And neobidium ingots. Oh, so basically we just need everything that's on bad. Gotcha. Well, I happen to know a ship that's pretty good at going to that. I happen to know a ship that's pretty good at doing this. So you know what? Why don't we just go ahead and make that happen? I want to go all the way to bad, but I have to go through the... I wish there was a more fluid way to do that. It's just a different experience going through the Stargate. You have to go through here instead of here. I don't know. I just wish there was an extra button in the map screen. Maybe I'm just weird that way. All right. Maximum time acceleration. All right. Then we'll go over to bad really quick and make this exchange. Now, I'm not doing it with interstellar logistics right now because it's a different trade. This is not the same as what the ship normally does. And it would also take a lot longer to do. So I'm just going to whip this over here. And we're going to get a little bit closer to this sucker right here. That's probably good. Enough for the drones to do their thing. And then what we want to do is swap some stuff here. So bad needs to send you a couple of things. I need to send ingots, which I don't have available for me. And I do have the shielded Xelion. So we're going to send at least one of those. I don't know if we're going to need more. So why don't I just have you send me like 25 of them, 26 of them, whatever. And then if there's neobidium ingots, which I don't see. So what we could do is we'll take a little bit of the ore and we'll go ahead and just refine that with us. So we'll take, let's say, I don't know, 30 of this ore. Oh, wait, there's an ingots right there. It's right here. Just read the screen, Charlie. I know, 25 of each. Let's go. So we should see the drones come over and bring those things to me really quick. And there's not really anywhere to store them, I don't think. So why don't we make a storage for that? We'll say the ingots can go here. And the shielded Xelion, shielded canisters can go here. That's fine. So that should be... I don't actually think that's enough storage space for that, but that should be. Yeah. And then the shielded canisters... Well, not canisters, it's shielded Xelion. Yeah, it's this. That goes there. So we'll have all that brought over, and we'll be able to take that over to the mission site now that we have it. Okay, now we will go off to Brave New Sector Part 3. And this time we should see the same thing pop up, and we need to deliver the shielded Xelion and neobidium ingots. I also brought the Procyon cruiser with me, although it's very far away. Why does it do that? Like you jump together, but you're not together. It's, I don't know. It seems weird. Anyway, here we go. Greetings, Captain and Andromeda Project have hired me to work on the synthesizing crystals produced with the creature I discovered. I've named them Tiddlets. Yep. Upon death, a crystal is formed at the core of the Tiddlet. My job is to find a way to produce these crystals without having to farm any Tiddlets in the process. The neobidium and Xelion you discovered could be key to my research. One moment, Captain. I've sent a shuttle to receive the resources from you. So that's a little bit different, isn't it? So I have a bunch of them here, but you're only going to take one of each for now. There we go. Great. That should be all the resources I need. I'll run the experiments and call you back when I'm done. Speak to you soon, Captain. And the Andromeda Project. Thank you for doing that, Captain. Artemis will correspond with you directly from now on. Goodbye for now. All right, so I need to wait for Mr. Toppingberry, Dr. Toppingberry, to give me a call. I was kind of hoping he would do that now, but I might have to actually jump around and do things in the meantime. So tell you what, Jumper, you can go back to what you were doing you know, you can just go back to what you were doing, and the Procyon cruiser will continue to also go back and do what it was doing, I suppose, which is, I think I want to build a ship, is what I think I want to do. I want to build a ship that can, well, I need a warship, right? I need another warship, I think. Oh, good. He's going to call me right away. Hello, Captain. I have incredible results. Using a highly powered Xelion laser, we can charge synthetic crystals made of neobidium to achieve properties similar to that of the Tiddlet crystals. This is a fantastic breakthrough, but I must warn you that the laser is incredibly radioactive and will very quickly kill your crew if you don't correctly contain its radiation. Come back to my system and I will send you one of my lasers, along with some radiation blockers to keep your crew safe. Next step is to research how this all applies to the Stargate. My hypothesis is that we can use the crystal's energy density properties to enable jumps much further than the next sector. Okay. Receive new equipment from Artemis and install the laser stuff. So, do we just do this with this ship? Maybe? I don't know. It seems kind of crowded on this one. Good luck with your research, Captain. Maybe I will do it on Jumper. You know what? I've decided I'm going to do it on Jumper here. Let's say Jumper is no longer going to do what it's doing. We're going to go back to get his equipment with a big old jump right here instead. Okay? And let's install it on this if it'll let me. I'm not sure where it's going to go. Maybe on the front here or maybe on the sides where there's a flat edge. I can't install any equipment on the jagged edges. I guess it is jagged, isn't it? I probably could fix that. We're not in a... Are we in a shipyard? We're not in a shipyard here. No, we're not in a shipyard here. It says I'm here. Wait, what? No, I'm not. I'm here. This is where I went. I'm here. That's weird. We're going to learn about radiation now. Oh, good. Laser infusers are used to charge empty crystals with Xelion gas and will emit radiation to the surrounding area while powered. Install the laser infuser in a clear area to power it. All right, laser infuser. It's way over here. Well, we're going to keep it really far away from my people. That's going to be down here, I guess. We've got the shielded Xelion right here as a, as a resource for it, I suppose. Yeah, let's go ahead and get her connected to power, too. Okay, let's set the laser infuser to use them to produce charged crystals. Ah, interesting. So empty crystal plus 5 Xelion energy cells equals charged crystal 30 seconds. Well, actually, I have an automatic route now to bring in energy cells onto this ship already too, because of the delivery to the Stargate project. So I'm already bringing Xelion cells on board, so that will be really nice. So we will do that. The laser infuser is set to start making charged crystals. Laser infusers use Xelion energy cells to charge the crystals. Let's wait and begin the charging crystals. So this is going to take 5 energy cells. And then also, this is an empty crystal. Now, where are we getting the empty crystals? Where's the empty crystals coming from? Is it just the... Maybe he gave them to me. I think he probably gave them to me. The game has been set to a slower speed for now. Radiation is emitted in all directions away from the laser infuser. Click on the radiation overlay to view where your ship is irradiated. Oh, yeah. Well, that's why it's way down here. So everybody else is mostly out. So, like, you guys should wear suits. Yep. And then you should be walking away. So you guys are wearing suits near this. That's cool. All the green areas of your ship are safe for your crew, but the darker areas are dangerous. Spacesuits will protect your crew from being irradiated. Well, I guess I will put spacesuit storage right here in the safe zone. Radiation spread can be limited by special equipment called radiation blockers. Install some blockers close to your laser infuser, leaving a small gap between the infuser and the blocker. Increase the game speed when you are ready. So radiation blockers are here. Ah, okay, I see. Well, I would probably want to put them here, 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 and here. And just leave this area radiated is fine. But I will place these in a big line right here, I suppose. It's not letting me speed up the game. let me speed up the game. There we go. Come down here and install these, please. There we go. The radiation blocker will lower the radiation levels through it. This can be seen on the radiation overlay. And indeed, it is completely safe to be here now. Although we are not actually making anything anymore. That's probably why. Your crew will become sick if exposed to unsafe radiation for too long, which may eventually result in death. Well done. You've now learned about how radiation works and how to manage your radiation levels on your ship. Okay, well, I mean, I guess because of how this works, I would want to tear this down, right? And then install it instead as far down here as possible, I would say. So maybe down here instead. And we could just install it right there. Right, and then by doing that, we can set it, of course, to do the charged crystals, and then these can be moved. I can move these. Again, radiation blockers can now be here, 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 and here. So this will be the safe zone. My suits can still be way back here, that's fine, but like this is the safe zone around it, and as we produce things, that's how it'll go. So the formula for this... And this is a charged crystal, right? So what we need, and I'm assuming it's going to be right here, we need 10 of them for phase 8. And I have none, supposedly, but I thought they just made one. So empty crystal. And empty crystal is neobidium ingots and precious metals. Okay, back to bad we go. So we don't need, is the radiation thing like permanently on now? Can I have that off? Yep. It translates to the next ship too. But the interesting thing is this ship doesn't have a radiation overlay. So I couldn't shut it off. That's a weird bug that they should probably fix. Like if I go to jumper, I have the radiation overlay here. But if I go back to bad, the overlay remains on, but I don't have the toggle here. So I only get the toggle on a ship that needs it. But the effects of the overlay remain on ships that don't. Well, this is quite easy. So right here, we can make those, right? I have these coming through on a track that's right here. So this is a very adaptable thing. This is very easy. So if I was to take, let's say, I guess one of these, I don't need very many of them, right? So I can just place this fabricator down right here. And then all I got to do is take a robot arm. I could do a short arm here and pull it in from there. And then I would use a regular arm, but I don't have a regular arm, so I'm just going to use the smart arm because I have that, and I'll just do this. Yeah, and this connects to power like this. Okay, and then I set this to create charged crystals. Empty crystals, sorry, empty crystals. We create empty crystals with this, and then I can say something like storage for empty crystals can just be right next to it. We don't need very many of them, so it could just go right here. And then actually, even easier, I suppose, I could just take a short robot arm and just place them down like this. And then I want them moved into storage because otherwise there's just going to be one there. So what I need to do is kind of do that. And now these guys will place them. It'll get set down here, but then they'll move it. It's kind of the same, but it just speeds up the production process a little bit. Is all it really does. It gets them producing the next one right away, as opposed to having to wait for them to move this thing. But now that this is unloaded, we'll see there. Then somebody should grab this, I thought. Apparently nobody's going to grab it. Really? Nobody's going to grab that. Wild. Okay, I guess we'll use a storage crate then. Small one will be good. Do that here instead. I mean, I probably should have just done that anyway, right? I just thought maybe since we only needed 10 that I wouldn't have to bother with committing to that, but nobody's going to do it. So I guess we'll say empty crystals, empty crystal. Yep. There it goes. All right. So everybody can just put that in storage now. There. So that takes care of that production line. It is super easy to make that just because of how everything is already built. All right, cool. So we'll make 10 of those and then we'll get Jumper, who is going back and forth anyway, right? We'll get Jumper to go ahead and do a couple of things here. First off, where is it going right now? Where are you at in your process here? Oh, you're not even doing anything right now. Well, let's put you back. You're going to the tank first to unload fuel. That makes sense. You have full tanks of fuel though, and lots of fuel, so you don't really need to do that anymore. And I actually have you on auto buy on fuel now, so I don't really need to do that either. It's, again, I like the idea of providing it myself, but it's really not necessary. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to do it with FTL charges too, because I can. So there's, in that sense, there would be no reason to go to the tank, and I still want it to visit the tank, so I'm going to have it do it. But we're going to say that instead of transferring, yeah, we want to transfer stable Xeon and isotopes. And then we want to transfer from the energy cells, yes, but we also want to transfer from, bad, the empty crystals. And in this case, we're going to say quantity on board. And we're going to say like 10, I guess. So we're going to transfer that out of there too. And then it'll just keep doing that until there's at least 10 on board. And then we will have, I guess, one of these storages. I don't even need one of the storages. We're going to be using them down here. So we'll just have this be, nope, empty crystals right here. Empty crystal storage can just be like right here in the safe zone. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, we could probably hold more. I guess that's probably fine. That's going to be safe because of the blockers that are there anyway, so it'll be all right. All right, traveling interstellar again, and then we'll have them go ahead and travel over to bad, I guess. Yep, right here, and we'll see if that transfer actually happens. So the isotopes and all that stuff's going to start getting transferred while we're on our way over there. The drones will just do it, and then meanwhile, bad is right here with the empty crystals right here ready to go. There's already 25 of them, which is pretty sick. So I don't think I need any more because I don't want to overuse the ingots. There's limited supply of that resource. So I'm actually going to stop now because we have enough. I'm going to stop doing that now so they stop pulling it off this belt. And Jumper's also got really low water, which is interesting. How did Jumper get low water? Yeah. It's pretty surprising. All right, tell you what, we'll go ahead and activate the whole auto trade thing for Jumper, I guess. We get the stuff we needed. Drone bay. Did you get the Xeon energy cells? So you're trying to dock is what you're doing. That's fine. While you're docking then, maybe we can transfer some water from bad. No. It's fine. We'll just buy it. It's all right. Now, if we were to buy it, the oxygen loader is a load oxygen. I don't think I have a means right now. I'm making water here, but I don't think I have a means of actually loading water. There's a fuel loader, but there's no loader. Do we have extra loaders? Loaders, no. No extra loaders, it seems. Okay, we're going to have to do something about that, but not the biggest deal. We can take care of it. It's not a problem. So they're going to take the cells. That's what they're doing now. They should also be pulling the energy crystals into storage as well. I'm waiting for them to start taking these so I can see that this trade is working before the ship leaves. That's a long haul. Maybe I should route those things a little bit differently. Wait. Okay, so you're undocking and then you dock again for this. I guess that's fine. But you are taking the crystals now. Yes. So you have the crystals now. And you'll zip out of here. And then while you're here, I'm going to have you buy the water. So that you have water. And then also a loader because you have to be able to load the water too. Because right now we don't have it actually loading. So we'll go ahead and dock for that. There we are. And then I need to install the loader on the water line. I don't have to be right on the water line, but I'm going to put it on the water line right here. There we go. And then this will just be a load water. Yep. And then now the ship has plenty of water and it'll be fine. It says it has 20K on board now, so we're good to go there. I could probably have one of these storages hold water too. Let's have you hold water. Sure. Oh, I don't think you can do that. Yeah, it's one of those things where like they're bottled so they can't go in here. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just say that the storage for water goes right over here. A little more organized that way. All right, so now that we've picked these things up, we should see people making these, I would hope. And so all I need now is for the charged crystals to have a home. And I don't have any, yeah, storage crates here. So let's get another storage crate here, here, here. I'll add a little bit of a gap there. Yeah, like that. We'll just add these extra storage crates just for extra resources. Like if I want to put the ingots in storage now instead of having them on the ground, I can do that, right? That kind of thing. Same thing with the shielded Xelion. I think the shielded Xelion can go in here too. Doesn't need to be on the ground. We've got stable isotopes. We've got lots of food that's still sitting out. I could probably have one of these switched over to food, I suppose, is probably good. There we go. And even the drones, you know, even the logistics drones can have a home inside storage, but it's going to be obviously the one that's nearby here. But yeah. So I want to see my people making these, and it looks like one guy just did. So we do have the crystals starting to get made, and I just don't know where he's putting them. It looks like he put them way over here, which is not what I want. So yeah, because this is a constant process, I'm just going to set them in this storage crate for now. I mean, it might get changed later, but I'm going to set it here for now. And then on the Stargate project, I can sell at least the 2 that I have and confirm that this is actually working. So we're getting progress on that. Cool. So I'm going to let that keep going, and we'll proceed. You can also see how the radiation blockers are keeping the ship safe. So very few people in the unsafe zone, and this creates a distinct line here. But there's another thing I could do, as long as I'm in a shipyard, which I am. So another thing I could do, for the looks of it, is I can go into my floors, go to paint, and I could change like the color here. I could say maybe my detail secondary color or whatever. I could make it like a red for the floors. And then I could say maybe like this. I could put a big old red line right here, right? On the floor. And this is like a caution zone, right? A big old caution zone line, which I can't see very well because the overlay. There. So this is like telling people, hey, this is your caution zone. And the overlay would show that irradiation comes right to the edge of that red line. It's actually bleeding a little bit into here. It's a little bit into here. So we'll go in and do the same thing here. Again, just making like a red line across the ship here. Yeah, like that. So people can say, hey, this is a problem. And then maybe we could even design this area just a little bit different. I could say something like the yellow. I could say maybe we go like this, just because, I don't know, just to make it look somewhat interesting, right? Something like that would be interesting. It's a caution area, right? Just don't be in here and you'll be fine, is basically what I'm saying. I wanted a very distinct visual signal that you should not be here if you're not in a suit, right? And so we have these guys wandering here, of course, because they're just going to do that. Ugh, dumbass. I have no way of prohibiting them from doing it either. It's weird. All right, let's go ahead and turn these in. And we'll see what the next step in the Stargate is. So they're all done, completed. We move on to phase 9, which I assume is going to be a phone call here momentarily. So let's take a look, because it's still... Nope, now we have another phase here. There's another unknown component. Yes, so we need to know what that is. And research-wise, it is available for us. This is quantum processing. Simulations predict that the new charged crystals allow the Stargate to jump ships to different galaxies. The Stargate's computer systems need to be upgraded to handle this. Okay, so quantum processing. There we go. Do we want more scientists? I could handle that, right? We could handle that. So let's see about maybe getting more scientists. We could say 2 scientists, 2 science stations, 2 supercomputers, confirm. And they'll come over here and we'll put them in this ship because we can. We'll have a little science section way over here. Although you would think that you would want them somewhat closer to this. So I guess we'll place them here. So science station 1 can be like this. 2 can be like this. Give a little bit of a space. I don't need to have, yeah, a little bit more space like this. Our supercomputers can be perhaps, oh, I don't know. We could place them maybe here. 1, 2, I thought I had 3. Didn't I buy 3 of them? I guess I bought 2 of them. Well, if I bought 2 of them, then I suppose we should place them next to our science stations, right? We can place them one here and one here. I suppose would be okay. Okay, and then we just have the cables and all that hooked up to everything, and we bring the power down. It doesn't really matter from where. Okay, so now we have 2 additional science stations and people to perform the research, so we should be cruising on completion here and being able to get this research in no time while this ship just sits here. And yeah, there's lots of fuel on board, and it's got a science station here. I actually should move that down, shouldn't I? Because there's already science on board this ship. So let's move this new science station, this old science station, and we'll move it down where the other guys are doing their science stuff. Keep all the scientists together, you know, with another supercomputer right here. Why not? Let's keep them all together. More cables. There we are. And more than enough power to handle it all. And if I was unsure of that, I could just place, you know, some additional fusion reactors, but I just don't need it. I'm good. Okay, cool. So, should happen pretty quickly. We're over half done already. I am at 10x speed, though. Pretty much this whole time I've been at 10x speed. Notice the tank is here, too. So, the tank is in this system instead of where the Xelion is. So, what I have... Radiation poisoning. You guys are dumb, you know that? You're really dumb. All you had to do was stay away from it. It's so dumb. You're just stuck here. You're gonna die. And it's your own stupidity. I have no way of telling you not to be here. That's the crazy part about this whole setup, is I have no way of telling him this. And also, there's no medical in the game. So, does he just die after a while? Or, you know, is he gonna... It's pointing me here. It's pointing me to like the center of the ship rather than taking me directly to the person who has the radiation poisoning, which is this guy. And he's just stuck here and he's dead. Like, I have no way of stopping that. That's one of my gripes in this game, is you really have no control whatsoever. I should have some kind of way. If there's something that could kill people, I should have a way of preventing them from entering without a suit. And there's suits right here. There's clearly a huge gap between where the suits and the project is. I've slapped it all the way to the edge of the ship, and he still dies. He just lingers over there and he dies. And how do I get rid of the dead body even? Is he like trapped underneath the laser infuser? Is that a thing? Maybe he's trapped. I mean, that can't be a thing, right? There's just no way. No, I refuse to believe that, because this whole game has people clipping through things all the time, so it can't be that. People are walking through equipment and everything, right? So that can't be it. Okay, so we are now done with the research. And that gives us the warp alignment computer. So the warp alignment computer looks like it's going to be a little more complicated. We need the Stargate receivers and the neobidium capacitors. We have access to those. And they're actually relatively in this very close spot, too. They're very close together in our factory. And so the next thing we need to create then are quantum compute grids. Quantum compute grids need empty compute grids and quantum processors. And this is copper and thallium. Finally a usage for thallium. I was like, man, I got an awful lot of thallium and no way to use it. Well, now I do. 5 of them go into one empty compute grid along with copper. Another use for copper finally too. Okay, I feel better about that. I feel good about that. So we can go back. Like, there's a go back button here. And then we can go see what the quantum processors need. That requires refined Metreon. All right. Into a chemical lab. Along with a quantum wafer. Quantum wafers are made with precious metals and thallium. Okay. So there is definitely some planning that's going to have to go on. Bad, you're going to get a whole new workflow here. You know? Now, my Stargate... Where are they? Stargate capacitors, Stargate actuators, right? That's right here. So my Stargate actuators, this requires the Stargate receivers. So the Stargate receivers, I had them being made somewhere. Where did I make those? They were made, where was I making those receivers at? They should be somewhere right here. So receivers are here. And obviously copper and precious metals are all right here. So I have this kind of sticking out, and I could maybe redirect this. I don't need these anymore. I don't think. The empty crystals. Is there a reason to keep this production line open? Well, I mean, I need 100 of them to deliver, but I can just deliver them and then be done, I think. Unless it's going to be an input for something else. But ultimately, I do need to turn this back on because we do need more of them. So we'll get more empty crystals. There we go. So turn this back on. We need more. But the task now is going to be to incorporate the Thallium crystals. I'm processing way over here. I'm going to need to find a way to get both precious metals and copper brought over here too. And we can make the quantum stuff on this side. So it's really just about getting them all down here. And so what I thought I might do is with copper, if there's a way for me to get copper from in here, I might be able to place it onto this track and then have it work its way up and find its way onto this track. If I can get copper and precious metals both to be on this track, then they will also come down here with the Thallium ore. And then smart arms can pull them off of this. So they're on their own separate lines. And then we could have 3 tracks with resources. This is just extra. So I don't need this here. And obviously I can tear down anything I want in this area as well. I can move the lasers even, move them somewhere else. But the idea was that I could get them pulled off of this onto their own lines and then popped into production chains when needed. The precious metals will be very easy. Just one arm here will hop over top of this and put it there. But I think for the copper, it might be easiest to take it from here and put it onto this because these things don't linger on here very long. These arms grab them really quickly. So I can just have them keep going. And then just to make sure the frames don't keep going, because there's a possibility the frames might like end up on that copper line. What I could do is grab a smart arm and place the smart arm here. And in so doing, I could tell the smart arm from this point to focus on copper. I know it's a little bit of spaghetti, but I didn't realize what I was going to have for phase 9. So it's like I'm just kind of putting these resources somewhere close together with gaps. That's why I left spaces so that I can adapt it and put a shit to where I want. And it still be just as efficient. It's just not as clean. But it's just as efficient. Sometimes the spaghetti is even more efficient. Sometimes. So we can go this way, like I said, and then it can take the copper up this direction. And it could even just end up here. But then I might have I might have a little bit of a problem with that. Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll take these and bring them like this. Yes. That's how we'll do it. That way these 2 resources stay separate. So then we'll go like this. And we leave it here. We leave it there. So then the smart arm. I mean, we don't need smart arms. We need the longer arms. So in actual fact, I should have you making regular robot arms for me. 2 frames plus motor. Frames will get pulled off the line automatically. Motors need to be brought by people. We can make regular robot arms from those. But now with these arms in place the way they are... Oh, see, now that's a problem. It's a good thing I'm doing it now, right? So let's get this... Let's get these 2 broken down really quick. We want to take the track and have it be like this. Like that. And then we can get these lenses off of the track because they don't belong on it. There we go. And now this will stop here and not be crossed into there, but that'll work. So the precious ores are gonna make their way up this way, and then we'll get the regular robot arm to go here. And that will just bring the precious metals onto this track. This long highway track that's bringing it down this way. And then the same thing here. This will put the copper onto that track from there. And then as we get down this way, we'll then get our smart arms, which I'm not making anymore. So I need to make those 2. We'll make a couple more arms. We may need them for the process, so we'll let this keep going. But I have this little track right here now, and I want to hook it up to power. Yeah, hook it up to power. And so what we can have with this smart arm is told to grab copper ingots. So if the frame comes here and stops, the arm won't grab it, right? but the arm will grab it if it's copper. So now I can just put in a track like this. Okay. And then I right click this. As soon as they install this, I can then go ahead and highlight it, control right click this. And now I've got copper moving into this. Now it's a little bit heavy and it maybe slows down the Xeon energy cells a little bit, but I don't think so. These were never really like the frames were never coming in a super high quantity, right? So I don't think that matters too much. And now we have both of these. So now as we start making things and getting this Tillium, and I have too much Tillium ore is what I have. But just to illustrate what we're doing here, if I go like this now, we should see all that Tillium flow. And then we also now should see this stuff be placed onto this line. And now we have the resources on here too. All right. So these things are going to head down this direction. And I'm going to split them as soon as I can. So I'm thinking we take the assembly arm here. Let's make the smart arms instead. Wherever those are. Smart. Wait, what? Did I not do that research? You silly Billy. All right. Well, we'll make this. We'll get smart arm research going, and we'll keep making arms in the meantime, I suppose. But then what we're going to want to do, right? Since this is stalled anyway, they're not going to go too far, right? But I can, make this happen just a little bit further, bring them down the line just a little bit more. There we go. And they're just going to get brought right back over into the storage and then popped right back on the belt. It's not going to change anything. The only thing I can maybe help with that is put storage zones, but I have enough of that going on already, and I don't want that. So in the next video, what we're going to do is we're going to configure this. This video is too long as is. We're going to configure this to where it's going to pull these precious metals and the copper ingots. It's going to pull them off of this belt. We'll have two different supply lines with the exclusive resources on each belt. And we'll direct them where they need to go so that the Tillium crystals can continue to be produced. Because I have so many Tillium crystals. I like 600. I might have 1,000 Tillium crystals. It's insane. I've got a lot. And then so much more ore ready to go too. And I can obviously mine it. It's very abundant. There's, what is this? Look at all that precious ore just sitting there waiting for me to go to collect it, right? So there's a lot of that happening. I could actually collect it now. Why wouldn't we be collecting that now, I wonder? I don't think there's a reason not to collect that. So I'm going to have Bad head on over there too and go collect that stuff. But anyway, yeah, that's me. That's what we're up against. That's what we're doing. So I will see you guys in the next video where we will set up our production chain for phase 9 of the Stargate project. All right. See you guys later. Bye-bye.